it's that time of day again where after a week break of racing, we are back. The IWTR World Formula Series Season 2, round number 10 of the season. It's the Turkish Grand Prix at the Istanbul Park circuit. I'm your host and your commentator Pauza, as this is the final stretch for the championship fight of Season 2. As the race goes by, we don't really know who would win the title. So, just after the British Grand Prix, the points do change quite a lot after that race. But before that, let's have a look at the track info. Here, the Istanbul Park circuit, it's located at Tuzla, Istanbul, Turkey. It's a 5.33 kilometer circuit, 3.31 miles, 14 corners, 8 to the left and 6 to the right. As this track just hosted also quite a couple of Formula 1 races since 2006 and then into 2011 until the COVID-19 pandemic came breakthrough, and Turkey got another one, probably a one-off host in 2020. And last season's it was won by the last season's champion, Simeo Yakinya. Sadly, he's not in this season anymore. But with that, the track info out of the way, now we're going to have a look at the championship updates. As I mentioned, from the last race at the British Grand Prix, we have quite a lot of few changes to the standings, I would say. As starting off, still the leader of the championship is Koichi Hoshi. Still has 76 points, but he didn't score in the last race. But still, he lines up pole position today. This is his first pole position of the day. Then next up on second place in the drivers' standings is Luca Farina. He lines up 15th today. He only has 70 points, same points as the last race, as he didn't score as well. But still, 6 points behind Koichi Hoshi. We'll see what happens when on this race. Next up is Tin Anderson, who lines up 16, just behind Luca Farina, the championship rival. He scored 6 points, which is P7 on. He scored P7 last race, which gave him 6 points and closed up the gap to the leaders to 14 points. Could he possibly win this race from this position? I wouldn't. Maybe not, but we're gonna have to see in the race. Simon Witt lines up in 8th today. He didn't score any points in the last race. He still has 60 points, which now the gap is still the same, 16 points to the leader, Koichi Hoshi. And the last man that we're going to talk about is still Mitch Johnson, but he starts 18th today. He scored only just 4 points, which is P8 in the British Grand Prix, and he now has 45 points, but it's a little bit way off, 31 points behind Koichi Hoshi. But also I think about 15 points behind his teammate Simon Witt. So that's the top 5 that we're going to cover for the championship update. And now, without further ado, let's go to the starting grid. As I mentioned, Koichi Hoshi lines up pole position today on the front row. Red Legend 35 lines up second. But in the last race, we thought that he was the winner of the British Grand Prix. However, the race directors gave him a penalty, which dropped him down, probably almost out of the points. Actually, yeah, about almost off the points, but still, he still score points. So he lines up second today. Keko alone starts third, Prem Pilch starts fourth. And the rest of the field we have Alex Nazani, Henry Jackround, Cesar Cohen Jr., Simon Vitt, a championship contender, Matthew Falcon, Diabakis, who has a pretty horrendous seasons throughout the last 9 races, as I would say, or 8 races, not counting the Canso US Grand Prix. Mihalis Zavak, Logan Riga, Acatino Bivona, Drady Master, Luca Farina, Tin Anderson, another 2 championship contenders, Isaac Fashaw, Mitch Johnson, another championship contender, Zori Petrozan, Panos Glazos, Luis da Silva, and Sepp Lips rounds off the field. As usual, we're going to go in on board with the Mercedes SLS car. So let's have a look at this magnificent track. So, starting off with the front stretch, down into turn number 1, which is a pretty tight one. So, you have to go wide on at the corner entry, pretty much tiled it in to make the apex out. Then into turn long turn 2, which could be some opportunity for the drivers to maybe launch into the other opponents, maybe into turn 3. But here comes a section which is a pretty tight, twisty nature of the track. Here goes into turn 4. It goes a little bit downhill there, then go into turn number 5. Also a pretty tight one. Gets the car off wide into the apex, now into turn 6. And it has a little straight. Then turn another tight one, but pretty much wider when the corner goes off into turn 7. And here comes the famous turn number 8. It's 4 apex. You have to try to nail it every single one of them to get a perfect exit off the turn 8. Then moving on to, there's one more straight, then brake hard into turn 9 and 10, which is a chicane. Then go into the straight, uphill, then go down under the bridge into turn 11. A long right-hander, so maybe there could be a chances that these guys could get some overtaking opportunity. That they will brake hard into the tight turn 12. So these guys, maybe they would be side by side, maybe they would be all alone. And then into turn 13, and then turn 14 as the final corner, going into the straight, the main straight and the grandstand. And that's it for the lap for the Istanbul Park circuit. 15 laps of action. What will happen in this race? So lights gonna come now. 2 sets of lights, 3 sets of lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Looks like Koshi Hoshi gets a pretty good start there. There's the 3 wide making up on the back as well. Here comes Pilch going down the inside. Someone hit the bollards off there. But Koshi Hoshi leads down into turn number 1. Alex Nazane get a pretty good start there, going to second place now. Pilch up into third. There's a big giant pact there at the back of the field. Goes cars all done, and now look at see there is a side-by-side action there. Glazos, and look at that, and Luis da Silva throws a move down the inside on the Force India of Tin Anderson. Very poor start there for Tin Anderson, dropping back to 21st now. Meanwhile at the front though, everything's still looking fine. Hoshi leads out, and there is his teammate Prem and Pilch in third place. Nizani pretty much breaks out his duel up. Here it goes down. Nizani gets a slipstream. He goes off the outside. into turn 1. Hoshi may lock up the brakes. He does lock up the brakes. Alex Zizani makes it through into turn number 13. Sorry, turn number 12, and now he takes the lead of the Turkish Grand Prix. Hoshi lost the position there. Pilch, I think he got being hit by someone else on the back. I think it was Red Legend 35. There's parts coming off of his car, but we don't quite got that though. There goes 10 Anderson now, dropping back to 22nd. The plumb last now for one of the championship contenders. And look at the front there is Zizak Jr. may make a move on Matthew Falcon though. So Zizak Jr. still looking for a move, wasn't be able quite enough though, and Savak lose a bit of momentum going off to turn 7. There's round the outside, 3 cars on 1. Maybe Savak gonna hold on Logan Riga? No. That loss of momentum just literally caused Savak lose 3 positions. There it goes down the inside as Witt and Luca Farina fighting for the championship, fighting for position there. So neither of them even in the points area at all. There goes Alex Nizani now being overtaken there. That's a big hit from Alex Nizani, and Pilch collided one another. This first chaos, the big chaos of the race. Pilch couldn't brake, and that's a straight up assault there. That's a straight up assault. Here's another view on the trackside view though. A little bit slow motion. Yeah, he couldn't just brake in time, and he just plows into the back, into the rear wing of Alex Zidani. That both of them got ruined now. The chances of winning the race is probably being ruined by that point. But you can see Keko alone now up into 5th place. The ERS is now enabled, as you see on the message on the bottom of your screen. So now the ERS is now enabled, so these guys could possibly use a little bit more opportunity. And there's Zayzakon Jr. bang wheels with Falcon, but she managed to pull it off up into 4th now. There goes Logan Riga, might make a move on Henry Jack Brown's, but being blocked. And there's Bivona maybe taking an opportunity, going down the inside on turn 4. Round the outside on turn 5 and Logan Riga. What a move there, up to 8th place. Vit actually ups into the points position now. Into 10th place. Overtakes Savak. Now Savak's pretty much breaking up the pairs of the championship contender. Look, that's Bivona trying to go around the outside of Henry Jack Brown's in turn 8. Couldn't quite get that move done. Here goes Logan Riga, might throw a move into turn 9. They bang little wheels and on the bodies themselves. But Riga and Bivona both have DRS. They're both side by side now going to turn 11. You can see there might be chaos. Savak trying to go around the outside on Vit. But Vivona might just hang on to it into turn 13, and they're still battling. Both pairs still battling, and they're still side by side as well. To lap number 4 now of the race. Bivona and Riga, and also the pack behind as well. They bang wheels, and Bivona might lose a couple of positions because of that. Riga maybe throws a little bit of a dangerous move, but he's on the inside though. Let's have a look at his view. So he goes down the inside. Yeah, he pretty much stays on the racing line though. But then look at let's have a look at Savak's wheel on the back. Yeah, looks like they touch wheels together. And now Bivona lost 2 positions, maybe 3 as well. So Logan Riga might got an investigation because of that. But we'll see after the race. Meanwhile, at the front though, as Hoshi leads pretty comfortably, 1 second in front of Red Legend 35. Keko alone, third. There's Bacchus. Actually has some decent pace here at in Turkey. Up into fourth now for him. This might be maybe the podium opportunity. We don't know, but we'll have to see. This is Alcon Jr. lines up behind Bacchus in fifth. Falcon, meanwhile, battling with Henry Jack Brown, and here he goes. Maybe Brown gonna go around the outside. There's a battle in front of them. Oh, they didn't touch wheels, but Falcon stays ahead. But there is Kekagolo already overtakes Red Legend 35, I think, on the straight up before turn 12. And there is look on the back as well. Mitch Johnson trying to make up positions after starting 18th. They're still side by side though. DRS both of them enable. There's the 3-car fight here for 17th place. So they bang wheels once again, and Mitch Johnson goes up into 17th, but De Silva lose 2 more positions now because of that. And oh, De Silva may throws a move on Tin Anderson, but that wouldn't quite work though. Now the gaps pretty much stretch out. And there goes Keko alone now, maybe charging on Hoshi now. Red Legend 35 drops down to the third and might got overtaken by maybe Bacchus as well. Bacchus may throw a move. It wasn't enough though, but he had another chance here in turn 11. The DRS open, but he's still gonna stay stuck right behind him. Maybe he might throw a move into turn 12. He doesn't throw a move. He's gonna wait for another chance on the front stretch, and look at that, Logan Riga down the inside on Mihaly Savak. Savak holds on. And there's Vit and Bivona who now fighting for the points position. They're still going side by side here, going to the straight. Farina is still battling. Bivona goes down the inside, makes a move, close the door, and still edges in front. There was that's Sepleps making up a couple of positions there after starting last, and here he goes around the outside of Glazos. They bang a little bit wheels. He throws another move down the inside on the Lotus. He may almost make contact with him. Sorry, Peterson stays ahead. But Sepleps up into 15th now. Back at the front. Oh, Red Legend 5. I think he overtakes Kekugulon once again. Now it's back in second place, and it seems like he's a lot closer to Hoshi. Seems a lot closer now. He only have about like 4/10 of gap, so he might make this one. Though. He gets a DRS. Hoshi has nothing at all to break that, but he might defend himself. But that was a beautiful round the outside move there from Red Legend 35. Moves up into the lead of the race now. That's a very, very clean move, and there's Hoshi defending his position on Keko alone. 6 laps complete into the lap number 7 now. Bacchus still yet to try to go for a move onto the podium slot. Seems like he's waiting for a chance to make a move. There's Henry Jack Brown now battling with Matthew Falcon. Brown still edges ahead. And oh, there's a big lock up there. I don't know who that was. I think that might be Kekuk alone though. But we're not really sure though, but there's a lot of smoke off the tires because of the lockup. But now Hoshi is now right behind Red Legend 35, so that means we may see a move again. And then here's a look on the midfield pack right now. Vit dropping back to 13th now, as there is Luca Farina right behind Logan Riga for a points position. Bivona trying to make up some gaps to catch up through the front. But you can see now relative to 5, and look at that Kekugalo. He goes around the goes on the outside. That might make a 3 wide. There goes Kekugalo. Ooh, Hoshi make a little touch there, but both of them going around the outside of relatively 5, and that might be the move of relatively 5. He's trying to hang on, but he couldn't work. Kekugalo retakes the lead of the race. But Hoshi, he thought that he could make a move. He possibly can't. He's being overtaken by the Red Bull. Oh, not really the Red Bull, but the Ferrari of Cologne. There was almost a move made there. Cesar Cohn Jr. looks for a move, but Backus managed to hold on. Look, see, there's a Falcon round the outside turn 4. Sorry, turn 3 and into turn 4. Oh, and Cohen Jr. lost a momentum there going to the turn 5, and Falcon he now takes P5 now. He's going to catch up to Backus now. Cesar Cohen Jr. dropped back to 6th place. Browns dropped to 7th. Savat actually dropped to 8th now. Bivona still in 9th. It seems like it's a little bit of a single foul there. Single foul racing now, it seems. Puch trying to catch on Isaac for sure, which is about 7 seconds. And Nizani was a long way from the field. And there it goes. This may be Backus' chance to overtake. Maybe not. Falcon trying to go for it, but he couldn't. And maybe goes. There it goes. Backus down the inside on Red 5. The Cater couldn't do anything about that. Backus might take P3, but they're still side by side. It's still yet to decide, but then Backus comes up now, and now into 3rd, and there's relatively 5 going down the inside once again. They bang wheels, but still Backus still holds on into 3rd place. Could this be Backus' day? He didn't score any podiums at all in the last 8 races. Could this be his first podium? We don't know, but we're already past the halfway point of the race now. We're into lap number 9. Cologne still leads. Koshi in 2nd. Backus now in 3rd. Red 35 in 4th. Falcon 5th. And then Cesar Cohn Jr. in 6th. Brown in 7th. Savak in 8th. Bivona actually trying to now brings the gap down to 2.4 seconds behind Savak now. And Logan Riga now for the points. And maybe Riga gonna send it down inside turn 9, but it wasn't quite enough. But you can see now Koshiyoshi now battling for the lead of the race. He's still yet to look for a move, but he couldn't do it still. Backus in 3rd, but he closed up the gap now. Oh, he gone wide a little bit. He may try to overtake Koshiyoshi. He gets another DRS. Cologne didn't have any DRS at all though. He's all alone in front, but maybe Hoshi maybe throws a move down the inside. Wasn't enough. And may lost a little bit of momentum there. As seemingly as it is, there is no actually another thing to point out. And that's Backus going down the inside turn 4, but it wasn't enough to overtake Koshiyoshi. Stays ahead in 2nd place. The another thing that I want to point out, there's no crowds in this race. So because of the COVID-19 pandemic, they're gonna have to do with the protocols of the organizers. So now Backus now in 3rd. Still yet to go for a move. Koshiyoshi brakes a bit earlier than usual. Seems like he don't want to be got hit into Cologne. And now he goes back. It has DRS. Hoshi does have DRS. Hoshi goes down the inside. Cologne trying to defend it on the outside. Hoshi and Cologne battling for the lead of the race. And there it goes. There might be somebody, and Hoshi takes the lead of the race again. Lap 11 now, and Keko alone goes down the inside, and oh, everybody lost the position, and Matthew Falcon go around the outside turn 2 because of Backus momentum loss. And now up into podium position now, and look at that, the gap of the front of the field and the midfield is now closing up quite a lot. So we might see more actions there on the front of the pack, and oh! And that's a part loss. I don't know who that was. I don't know who that part was, but what happened there? So Backus throws maybe around the outside move, not yet. Throws it down the inside move. Oh! They bang a little bit. They bang wheels, and the front wings are bit. Backus wing hits the wheel of Falcons, but I don't think the damage wouldn't be quite severe though. But there's Cohen Jr. up to 5th now. Reggie to 5 dropped to 6th place. Brown's actually up to 7th place. To Savat 8th. Farina's now into the points now after overtaking Logan Riga. But now Vitz dropping back to 14th. This is bad. This is bad for his championship fight. But he goes now. Hoshi, another DRS enabled, and he swoops past Keko Galone into the lead of the race now. So now Hoshi still in the lead with Galone in 2nd and Falcon in 3rd now. There goes Keko Galone down the side into turn number 1. They made big bang wheels. They do bang wheels, and Keko Galone's edges ahead, but their Falcon maybe taking a little bit of a chance because of both of them colliding. And it still looks like it does not, but Back is now going down the inside on Falcon, and he takes P3, and there's Farina going off into turn number 4. There's quite an action there as Red Legendary 5 still trying to fight back on Savak. Galone's in the lead, Hoshi in 2nd, Back is back in 3rd, so maybe he could overtake Hoshi. Goes, he has DRS, and he may throws a move down the inside, but it wasn't enough though. One lap 12 still. It's about three or 4 laps to go. Here he goes now, back because he has a long slipstream going round the outside, but oh, he almost slits off the track, but he hangs on, and now he's going round the outside of Keko Galone, and he takes the lead of the Turkish Grand Prix. That was almost a disaster for Backus, and now and Keko Galone takes the position back, but man, Backus almost slips off the track. Almost slips off the track, but stays on the track, makes up a brief lead of the race. Man, that was quite a move there, Backus. What a move there. And there goes Hoshi maybe going down the inside in turn 4. Backus trying to hang on the outside, but it wasn't enough, and Backus has to settle for 3rd. And there is now Keko Galone. Seems like there's no safety car at all in this race. Oh, Hoshi lost some momentum, and looks like Backus may go for a move around the outside. Wasn't enough. Being blocked by Hoshi. Hoshi still stays ahead in 2nd place. But now Hoshi has a DRS. He might throw a move down the inside on Keko Galone. They didn't bang wheels though, but they're super close to each other. But now Hoshi is losing momentum, and now Backus right behind him. And there goes Falcon as well. Falcon makes a move on Backus, and Hoshi And Kekkonen lost a bit of momentum. Going down inside turn 13 and then round the outside once again in turn 14. Kekkonen may still be in the lead of the race. But Koshiyoshi is right alongside him though. 2 laps to go. There's a battle there for the top 4. Oh, Falcon makes a momentum loss and he's gonna lose 2 positions to Cohen Jr. and Backus. But now the fight at the front is now or never. If you don't make move in these 2 laps, you're done. You're done for the win. But Hoshi, he has the win. He has the championship fight to think about. So if he could win this race, he might as well wrap up the championship though. But we'll see what happens. Kekkonen, he's still gonna protect his position as hard as possible, while the other guys on the back trying to overtake Hoshi. And here he goes. Oh, and Backus throws out the inside on Hoshi. Could he possibly take second place? It wasn't quite enough just yet. Says Cohen Jr. on the back, trying to throw the move on, but it wasn't quite enough. And oh, what happened here? There may be some shenanigans on the back. There is some shenanigans on the back. What on earth happened here? That was one of Red Bulls. I think that was. Oh no, it's Simon Witt. Simon Witt, one of the championship contenders. Oh goodness me! I think that was lap 12. Actually, lap number 13 though. So what happened here? What happened here? So it looks. Oh, who was that? I think that was maybe Alex Zazani tabs Simon Witt. Maybe it's either Sepp Plebs or Alex Zazani, but that's definitely the Toro Rosso. Turn the Red Bulls around and hits the Caterham, and there's Mitch Johnson barely avoid the carnage that was occurring. There's Prem and Pilch. Oh, that should have been a safety car though, but it wasn't though. That should have been a safety car, but it wasn't. Farina stops for a new set as well. So Farina and Witt are out of contention for sure. And now Hoshi takes the lead now. Backus in second place. What's going to happen now? Final lap of the race. Two of the main championship contenders for, especially Luca Farina, who only have 6 points gapped. This is gonna be bad for Luca Farina now. If Hoshi apparently wins the title again for Sauber, season 1 it was the Constructors' Championship. The season 1 it was won by Simtech Maranello, which now renamed as Sauber. So if Sauber wins this race and then maybe score a 1-2, they could probably wrapped up the Constructors' Championship. But man, Simo Kinga was driving in Simtech Maranello though in season 1. But we're not gonna focus about that now, because here goes Backus. He only has one chance left to overtake Hoshi. He goes round the outs. He goes on the outside, and he has DRS. Nothing to talk about there. But could he hold position on these final laps? Looks like Hoshi wouldn't score a win. And Dia Backus, out of nowhere, wins the Turkish Grand Prix. What a mad race here. Backus, who didn't score any podiums or wins at all, for the last 9 races or 8 races, finally captures the win at Turkish Grand Prix. His first ever win for his career as well. Hoshi just misses that because of the DRS, and Galone, quite a battle there with the 2 guys in front, finishes on the podium. Falcon meanwhile finishes 4th, Savak in 5th, Relatively 5 in 6th place, Bivono in 7th, Cesar Kun Jr. in 8th, and Jack Brown 9th, and Drake Master finish out the points. Plebs in 11th place, Plebs 11, Anderson 12th, Bedrazan 13th, Johnson a good recovery, started 18th but only finishes 14th though. Glazers VP 15, Ice Official 16th, Pilch 17th, then Logan Riga 18th, Nizani 19th, Farina sadly couldn't score any points because maybe he has a tangle with someone. And then Vit in 21st, De Silva last. What a race. There's a lot of battles going through the race, and the fastest lap goes to Logan Riga with 1 minute 26.909. Ooh, yeah, it was... I couldn't say anything about this one, but my goodness me, backers. That move that he almost gone off the circuit and still hangs on onto the track and make up a brief lead, and then with the DRS on the final lap, make it home for the win. Williams is back on top of the podium once again. They're currently in 4th in the standings. But maybe they could, just maybe, they could have gone more though. So, wow. Well, that's it for the Turkish Grand Prix at the Istanbul Park Circuit. Backers, your winner of the Turkish Grand Prix. What a race it was there. But now the championship fight is now for the driver's standings is now maybe in favor of Koshi Hoshi though, because Luca Farina didn't score points, Anderson didn't score any points, Svit didn't score any points, Mitch Johnson didn't score any points. So that means 18 points, but there's still 2 races to go. So the championship. So now Hoshi has got 18 points. So that means he will get about 94 points. The other 4 guys in the top 5 didn't score any points at all. So 94 and 70. So that means there's only 24. That's 24 points gap between Hoshi and Farina. So now Farina, only thing that he has to do is praying that Hoshi didn't score any points and he takes the win in the next race to keep the championship alive for Luca Farina. Same goes with the other guys though, but we'll see what happens. Next race we're going to the Japanese Grand Prix at the Masuzaka circuit, aka the Suzuka circuit. So this is the first time that we will visit the Suzuka circuit, so, and the Japanese Grand Prix itself as well. So if you'd like to see the next race at the Japanese Grand Prix, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that race and the upcoming of the IWTR content. And if you want to race, if you want to join this league, I'll put links in the description below. So that's it for today. I'm Pausa, your host and your commentator, signing off. Goodbye.